Hello everyone! In this week's video, I'm highlighting what you should focus on for your October eating. Fall produce between September and November is pretty much the same. So I'm going to be focusing on the different fruits and vegetables and nuts that I didn't cover in my September video. I hope this inspires you to pick up something new and delicious in the market when you go shopping. My name is Debbie and I'm a licensed acupuncturist based in Los Angeles, California. Here on this channel, I'll be sharing the wisdom and learnings I've accumulated from my time in Chinese medicine school and professional experience in the clinic. I'm going to be sharing wellness and nutrition tips to help you live gracefully with each seasonal shift. The first thing that I actually wanted to focus on was fruits. The same thing goes with what I mentioned in my September video. You want to focus on colors of the fall season. So oranges, purples, reds, yellows. If you're in the mood for something tart, I would recommend kiwis or passion fruit. If you're in the mood for something a little bit more sweet, I would check out Asian pears, Bartlett pears, and there's also beautiful persimmon, which is an orange fruit that you should definitely pick up if you find in the market, and also the red persimmon fruit too. What I love about persimmon is that I know it's a lot of effort, but once you de-seed it, you can use the seeds and just use it throughout the week in all your bowls that you put together, in your soups. You sprinkle it on and it just adds this beautiful tartness and sweetness that elevates your dish. And it's really pretty to look at too. And now I want to focus on the different vegetables for this season too. There are ones that I didn't mention last time that I wanted to bring up, and that includes the different cruciferous vegetables that you're familiar with, like cauliflower and broccoli. There's also Swiss chard, which have these beautiful multicolored stems and leafy greens that you can also cut up and saute. And there's yams. Yams are great because there's so many different varieties. There's some that have a white flesh. They have orange flesh that you're probably more familiar with. And there's also purple ones too, which actually look really cool when you make it into a soup. The winter squash during this season include pumpkin, acorn squash, delicata squash, spaghetti squash. They're so great when you roast them. And I just want to mention again that all of these vegetables that I'm mentioning, you really need to cook. So you either roast or saute. And I know that it's a big hassle, but if you do it all once a week, you can use it throughout the week in your different meals that you plan. Adding them in soups, adding them with your meats, adding them in your bowls. It makes it really easy if you do it all at once. It's October, so it's basically pumpkin spice latte season. But a lot of the pumpkin spice that you get from your different cafes are not made from real pumpkin spice. So I really recommend that how about if you make your own? It's actually very simple. It's equal parts cinnamon, nutmeg, cloves, and ginger. And if you use your own pureed pumpkin that you roast up and then add the spices into it, it makes the perfect addition to your coffee. So you save money and you also know what's actually going into your latte. Now I wanted to actually focus on fermented foods. Fermented foods are so good for your immunity, your digestion, and your gut bacteria. And it actually helps you digest the heartier vegetables and fruits that you are ingesting this time of year. Now, the Western fermented foods that you're probably more familiar with include pickles, sauerkraut, sourdough bread, and even vinegars. But I also wanted to throw in there some Asian fermented foods too that you might want to pick up and try. There's Japanese miso and natto. Miso is great to add into soups to really kick up the umami flavor. There's also Chinese bean paste and fermented black beans that you can saute in with your vegetables. And there's also Korean kimchi. And that's usually used just to eat on its own. Koreans also put it in their soups too, which are really great for the winter and fall season too. So I hope this gives you some inspiration to try to add more fermented foods into your diet as well. The other thing I wanted to suggest was to add more nuts into your diet. The ones that I am really thinking about are pecans, walnuts, and chestnuts. Pecans, are in season because of pecan pie during Thanksgiving. But you know, that's a treat that you kind of reserve for Thanksgiving. Walnuts too. If you get a mix of walnuts and pecans, I think that would just be perfect as a snack and to add into your morning oatmeal as well. The other thing is chestnuts. Chestnuts you don't find too much in the market, but I've actually found them the past couple years in my Costco. They're available in bags and they're already roasted and peeled and they're very easy to eat. So you just open the bag and you can just start snacking on them. So I would really recommend you picking it up if you ever run across it. I would love to hear some of your favorite October foods, so please comment below and let me know what you usually like to pick up when you're at the market. And of course, please subscribe and hit the notification bell for the next video that's coming out next Tuesday. So thank you so much for watching this video. I'm wishing you vitality and excellent health.